What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and oh dear is all I really have to say. So there's been some insanely sketchy stuff going on at Blue Box Game Studios, and we have a couple things to talk about. We obviously have their tweets to talk about, especially the ones, I believe, from yesterday, last night-ish, when they really wanted to nail it into our heads that they are 100% real, which in my opinion, and I tweeted this back at them, that I tweeted in general, like when you have to say you're 100% real, I don't like that whatsoever. I really don't. So we had the tweets. We also had just the newest information at the time, at least I am recording this. Their website's down. Their website's not just down, it's actually offline. You get a notice that like it doesn't exist. So the question is this the biggest scam? And people are asking this. Is this the biggest scam in video game history? Are they literally gone? Which would be absolutely incredible. The hints are honestly all there. I know, look, people made fun of me for the whole, were we supposed to feel abandoned, right? They made fun of me. I really feel like that was the truth, though, okay? So there's a couple things to break down. Let's get into each of them. Obviously, you have the website being down. That's phenomenal. We'll have to see if it comes back up. It does say service unavailable, which I don't obviously love that whatsoever. Now, right before that, and the reason, I was kind of waiting on this video behind the scenes, is like, do I wait for the app? Do I not wait for the app? Because earlier today on their website, it was posted that the issues were solved. The issues were actually solved, and the patch would be up in a few hours. And I believe that happened. Oh my God. I mean, it's hard to figure out time, but it happened several hours ago, even from when I am recording this. Okay, so this, like, around the time I am recording this is when I would have expected the patch to go live or the update to go live. But again, like, the website's, like, it doesn't actually exist anymore. Now, I did, right before I recorded this, like, I saw the picture that their website's, like, gone, and I was like, oh, shoot, let me check the app, just in case nothing's happened, to my knowledge. I literally checked it, 2.5 minutes ago. I literally ran into the other room, checked the app, and it's still exactly the same. All the same stuff still pops up, all of it. So I have no idea in terms of that part what's going on. But then you look at yesterday. Let's talk about yesterday's tweets really quickly because they're funny. We ask everyone to calmly wait for the patch, so they're demanding. We understand your frustration. We are 100% real and are working on a passionate game we believe in. This is what happened. We dealt with multiple engine issues that occurred last minute after we spotted a graphical glitch. For that, we wanted to do a quick update. We are almost there as most of the testing is completed. We would like to thank you again for the patience and apologize for the inconvenience. And it's laughable. So before all this stuff obviously happened today, my idea for the video was going to be just laughing at them and saying, like, this is, again, like, no matter what you think it is, this is inexcusable. It's just funny when I hear them say, we ask everyone to calmly wait. Like, don't panic. Don't go on the streets. Don't burn down, your local city. Like, don't do it. Stay calm. And, like, we are 100% real. Again, people that are real don't necessarily need to tell you that. You know what I mean? They just are. That's just their situation. And then I think even what I tweeted at them is like, so they spotted they spotted a singular graphical glitch from a teaser, and they decided to patch it, and the patch for one graphical glitch broke their engine. Does that sound normal to any? Like, it's, again, that's where it becomes downright laughable, or actually laughable / inexcusable. In fact, just leave the glitch. You know what? Just leave it, because if it's one thing, sure, will people probably pick on it or figure it out? Yes, they will. But if fixing it destroys, like, you hit the enter button, you're like, okay, we got to patch this glitch, hit enter, and then just, like, the system shut down. Like, they turn on you. They start attacking the employees. Like, that's not okay. That's not normal, okay? So that's something I just wanted to laugh at. Now, there's a thing making its way online, okay? This is arguably the most important, so I hope people have made it this far. This thing has made it online. I believe it started over on Reddit because somebody kind of put this information together. There's a summary of what they've done in the past. Now, some of this stuff we've known, some of this stuff I just flat out have never known, and I thought it'd be really interesting to read it to you guys and give you my thoughts. It's scary in the way that maybe this really is just all like I'm gonna leave you on that before I'm gonna read obviously this stuff, but like maybe it is all fake. I and that's something I'm gonna keep you waiting. It's something important to say that I'm up for if I can be proven wrong, or I have an open mind. That's really it. I have an open mind. If things change in the future, right? It's fine. It's fine. I'm interested in actually the truth. I just want to know what the hell this stupid project is at this point. Okay, while the saga surrounding Blue Box Game Studios' supposed PS5 exclusive abandon appears truly unprecedented, which is true, this isn't the first time the Dutch developer has delayed a teaser due to purported technical issues. In fact, a comprehensive catalog of the secretive studio's past endeavors reveals that all of this has been done before. Reddit user TikTok Paul uncovered information on a 2015 title called Rewind Voices of the Past, which has a canceled Kickstarter page you can browse to this very day. Apparently, the funding drive was pulled after a private investor reportedly offered to back the project basically themselves. A playable teaser of the prototype version was planned, but was delayed due to technical issues. Sound familiar? Over the years, Blue Box has tried to get a number of horror titles off the ground. The Lost Tape was pitched as a first-person puzzler, but was apparently replaced by a AAA title, the unreleased Rewind Voices of the Past. There's even artwork of the studio's supposed Fatal Frame-inspired release, The Haunting, which looks a lot like Abandon. I want to talk about The Haunting later, but let's just keep reading. Neither game ever released, but production on The Haunting was apparently passed on to a different developer called Create Q Interactive, a team that doesn't actually exist. Amusingly, the website for an unrelated Dutch company, also called Create Q, states, "We are not related to Create Q Interactive, Blue Box Game Studios, Hideo Kojima, The Haunting game, and Silent Hills." Blue Box has released a couple of apps, including The Whisperer, a paranormal investigation game, and The Tales of Six Swords, both of which have been pulled from various app stores in the years since. The latter, unbelievably, included assets stolen from another source as its icon. All this paints a particularly murky picture. Okay, so that's pretty much where all the links end. So, okay, a couple things to note, right? I mean, I don't like reading that. If this is a scam, if they're scumbags, they are. I mean, I just want to make that known right now. Has this been fun? Am I taking back what I've said in the past? No, I'm not, because this has been the most fun I've had in a long time in terms of the gaming industry. And again, as I said in that video, I don't understand why we can't just have fun with this. Let's just see where it leads. However, some of the stuff that they're talking about, again, is downright scummy. There's really no other way to say it. Now, The Haunting is a game we've heard of before because they've never, to my knowledge, talked about those other games. Those are games that people have done seemingly, investigations to figure out that they were behind them. Whether or not that's true, it's up to you guys to kind of decipher for yourself. But Blue Box, to my knowledge, has never really discussed that. They have discussed The Haunting, and they have discussed moving that game to another studio. Now, I didn't know that studio didn't exist. And see, that's what's kind of upsetting, is like, oh, so they gave it to a studio that's been found to not actually be real. And in fact, people found out that when the app basically failed on Tuesday, right? If you go to the PlayStation Store and you type in The Haunting, you could find that game. Okay, it kind of reemerged as a just announced game, and it's from Blue Box. Now, to that, I had said, well, they had talked about that before, and they had moved it to a different team like that. That maybe it doesn't relate. It doesn't relate. I could very well be wrong. I don't know what's going on. It's very odd that when the Abandoned app fails, this Haunting game happens, and it says it's from them, even though it isn't from them. It's been moved to a different one. So that's a little alarming in the way like what's going on there. Again, I didn't know about. So what? There's two other games besides even The Haunting that they've tried this on before, including apps. They've done apps before, which is also kind of scary as well, right? And then the whole, they basically stole assets to do the logo. Remember, it seems like they stole no one knows if they stole it, but it's very clear that they used assets, not their own, to make the trailer and very potentially the image of the guy with the eye patch. Those are all assets that are not, maybe they, bought them or they're able to use them through some sort of contract, but they're not their assets. So that's a very interesting thing as well. That is, I would say, out of all of this, that's what alarms me the most, that they have done the asset thing before. Because it's like, why are you stealing? Actually, it's illegal, right? So here's the deal. Here's what I want to end off with. I don't feel as confident in saying that, because I guess now there's two lines of thinking. Now there's, this is all a scam, they're a fraud, they literally like don't exist. Like none of the stuff is real. It's literally nothing. It's not an indie game. It's not Silent Hill or Hideo. It's literally nothing, right? They kind of like pulled a joke on us. Not even pulled a joke. They did what they wanted to do. They literally did a real-time app where we felt abandoned in real time, which is very interesting that they pulled that off, right? So it's either that, or obviously there is something more, but then there's all of this other, kind of info to kind of look at, right? The thing I would leave it off with is saying, with all of that stuff being said, I still don't understand a couple things, okay? They've done apps before, but this is a PS5 app. No other game has a PS5 app. No game really has a PS4 app, okay? This is one of a kind. They're working with Sony. This is a indie team that's not owned by Sony, right? And I'm just saying like what Hassan has said, what Blue Box has said, right? Let's just pretend they're telling the truth. This is an indie team that's working with Sony to make a PS5, not a PS4, not a PS4 and PC, a PS5 only exclusive game. Small, big, doesn't matter at all. How could Sony let this happen? That's my question. That, to me, is the thing that stops me from like losing my mind. Maybe I already have lost my mind, but that's the thing to me that stops me losing my mind, or I guess 100% believing all the stuff I just read. I do believe it. And it does sound sketchy, and it does sound like they're scumbags, right? All of that stuff sounds true. However, why would Sony choose to work with... I mean, Sony has to choose to work with them. The trailer went up on PlayStation's website. So, like, you have Shuhei Yoshida, right? Our Lord and Savior. He tweeted, right, that he's, like, looking very much forward to the app going live on Tuesday. So when it doesn't happen, and all of this stuff is going on, and they've stolen assets before, and all this stuff, like, Sony just lets that go? So it's and they let that go, but they don't let other things... it's very weird how all of this stuff has happened. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to believe. I still think there's more to this. I feel like maybe Sony picked them up and, like, emptied out their... Like, if all of this stuff is true, you need to, like, have, like, a culture change there. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody needs to be fired, and you need to... Maybe you keep the studio name or whatever, but you have new people come in. Maybe Sony came in, emptied it out, built it back from the ground up, and again is using it more as a marketing team for abandoned projects. Or really it's that, in my opinion, or it is that this whole thing is some sort of scam, which lines up to what they've done in the past, so basically promised things that never ended up happening. You know what I mean? But like, how could you let this happen for a PS5? That's just the thing I truly don't get. So we'll keep an eye on it. Again, I'm recording this when nothing's happened. Now, I don't know if the website will go back online and it'll be like brand new, in which case I don't even know. Do I make another video? Do I delete this? Honestly, I have no clue. So I'll keep my eyes open. I'll try to cover it, even if something happens on the weekend. Maybe I can make like an emergency video. I normally don't record on weekends, but I can try and do something for you guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. Make sure you guys are continuing to support me. I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Subscribe. Check out our Patreon and YouTube memberships. Those help us out a ton. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to my second channel. All that stuff. Links are in the description for you guys to check out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.